Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow a Kit. As the title of the video said, there's going to be some big changes on the way for the veg patch. So I want to completely redesign the whole thing. As you know, I did alright this year on the veg patch. Grew quite a lot, but I want to make the most of this space. So it's about 135 square meters, and at the moment I'm only really using that little square in the corner there, which is probably about 30 square meters. So all this space here, all this grass is just completely wasted really. So I want to make use of a lot more of the space. So I plan over the next few days or so to completely redesign the whole veg garden. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this in one video, or I might separate it. I might just film the whole thing over the days and then put it all into one video. I'm not sure yet, but I'll decide when we get there. Anyway, so I'm gonna get back to you in a minute and I'll show you what I've got planned. Okay guys, so this is the veg patch currently. The vegetable garden, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of an allotment, I suppose, as well. But it's 15 meters from there to here where I'm standing, and it's about 9 to 10 meters across. So I worked out it's about 135 square meters, sorry. And as you can see at the moment, I'm growing veg in that bit there, and I've got the fruit containers along the side. So there's a hell of a lot of space which I'm not using. So what I plan to do is take the path from here. This is the entrance. Go straight up the middle and grow vegetables all the way across this half. Keep that corner fenced off for my container garden, and then I'll figure out what to do with this bit. Obviously the oil tank has to stay there, and the compost bays will be staying there as well. So I think what I've got to do to start with is move all these out of the way and get the line in where I want the path, and I've got to keep a gap around the edge so I can get in and trim the hedge and stuff. So anyway, I'll get back to you in a minute and we'll make a start. Right, so I've moved all the fruit bushes and potted plants over to there for now. So what I think I'm going to do now is just run the lawnmower around here, get as close to the edge of the bush as I can, get rid of all them stinging nettles and stuff, get the grass down, and then I'm going to mark out the path and where I want the bed to be. Using string and bamboo. So I'll make a start on that, guys, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay guys, so I've just mowed all the stinging nettles and stuff that are around the edge and cut the grass a bit there and marked it with a string. So I don't know if you can see the string, but so down the centre there is going to be the path. So this odd shaped bit here is going to be completely, I'm just going to take up all the turf, and that's going to be my new veg bit. So I've kept a path around the edge, so I'll just walk you around. So I've had to keep a path around the edge so that I can trim the hedges and keep on top of the weeds coming up around here. And that bit there's quite a big hill there, so I'm not going to bother trying to do anything with that, so just carried on the path on the flat bit all the way up to here. So that should give me all this area to grow in. So that's about 15 metres that way, and the widest point is probably about 3 metres, maybe a bit more, so that should be plenty. So that's more or less half of, well, it's not really half, but it's probably about a third of the whole thing will be one big veg bed. I'm not going to bother putting in separate beds, I'm just going to rotate that whole area by hand, get rid of all the grass and turn it over, and all my manure and compost that's on these two beds I'm going to bung on top of there, and I'm going to bung all the chicken bedding, chicken manure compost bedding on top of that as well. And the slate edging from these two beds I'm going to remove. I'm not sure if I'll put it on here or not. I might use it somewhere, maybe to mark the path, I don't know yet. But anyway, so next thing's got to start digging up this grass. So I'll set the camera up for a time lapse again and get back to you when I'm done. Okay everyone, so I've completely removed the turf from the new bed there. The camera died halfway through, so you didn't get to see me dig out the whole thing. So now what I'm going to do is all this chicken bedding. It's sort of semi broken down, but I'm just going to spread that over the whole thing. Then when I have cleared the two beds up there, I'll put the compost from them two on top of that, and hopefully by spring it'll be ready to go. So I'm not going to record the whole thing, but I'll get back to you when I've done that, and then we'll crack on. Alright, so that's the chicken manure compost on there. There's a good couple of inches on there. I've just cleared out the whole compost bay, and I've already half filled it with new stuff. So next thing is to clear these two beds here, these no dig beds. So just chop everything down. The sunflowers and everything are all just about finished now. There's a few carrots left in here. but I'm going to rip everything out now, and then I'm going to get rid of all the slate edging and all the compost that I've been putting over here for the past 2 years or so. Is then going to be spread across this giant bed here, because this is going to be my main veg bed for next year. So it's quite a large bed. It's about 15 metres long by about 2 or 3 metres wide, so it's going to more or less double my vegetable growing capacity. So I've just got to rip all this lot out, harvest the pumpkins. Anything else I find to harvest, I'll show you at the end what we got out of here. So I'll make a start on that, guys, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Right, so that's everything out of them 2 beds. Let's show you what we get. A couple of pumpkins. Nothing fantastic, but whole bucket full of sunflower seeds. Couple of parsnips. Not too bad. Some peas. And carrots. And the seeds from the onions. So I've just pulled everything out. I haven't weeded it all yet. Oh, the pumpkin's rolling off down the hill. No! So I think I'm about done for today, but so what I want to do is remove all the slate. I'll probably empty it out first. Save as much of this compost as I can to go onto here, and then I'm going to fence off this whole area again, but I'm going to move everything away from the hedges and that, because there's been a bit of a pain trying to squeeze behind here. I'm going to fence off and cover up the whole area with something, and then that's where all the potted stuff's going to go. So that'll be my container garden area, and I'll have all this open ground to grow vegetables in next year. So you can see where the top stuff wasn't quite as broken down as the other stuff, but should be fine by the time spring comes along. Anyway, I'm done for the day, so I'll get back to you. It'll be a different day. I'll see you in a minute. Alright everyone, so I've removed all the compost from my 2 no-dig beds that were there, and I've spread it across my new giant no-dig bed. So now what I'm doing is removing the turf in here. I've fenced off a new area, so I'm just in the process of removing the turf from the bits in between. I've moved the fence line here so I can squeeze through here to cut the grass and cut the hedge. So I'll get the rest of that done, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay guys, so I've just finished that bed there. Finished sorting that out. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I think I might plant some of my trees and stuff, and some of my other smaller currant bushes. I might actually plant them in the ground. I'll keep the big ones in the pots. I might put my raspberry in the ground as well. I'm not sure yet. So I've got that big bed there now. I've just turned it into one big bed. Got rid of the slate. Originally I was going to put my containers there, but I figured, being as most of it's already dug over, I might as well turn it into another bed for the trees and other stuff. And that area there will be my fruit area, and this big bed here will be the main veg bed. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do next, whether or not I'm going to reuse the slates, put them around the edge of the bed or not. Any ideas what I could do, let me know in the comments, that'd be great. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay guys, so this is about 2 weeks after the last bit of this video. As you can see, autumn has well and truly hit us now, but the new bed is done, so I'll just walk you around. So we created this bed, it's about 15 meters by about 3 meters at the widest point, and so I've left the path around the edge so I can get to the hedges. I've put a few onions in already, and I've sprinkled the seeds all along here as well, because they started germinating on the plant because of the wet conditions. So I've just kind of sprinkled them on there. Whatever happens, happens. And the new bed, well, not the new bed, but the old, where the 2 beds were, is now just this one bed, which I'm using for all my trees. So I'll do a separate video on the trees, but I take a lot of cuttings, and I'm a self-employed gardener handyman, so a lot of these are what people wanted ripping up, etc. So I'll do another video on all that. Alright guys, so thanks a lot for watching. I hope you can hear me. It's very windy at the moment. This is Storm Aiden. I believe that's what they named it, or Ireland named it. But anyway, so that's about it for this video. So my next video is going to be all about trees. I've been growing a lot of trees past few years in containers. Kind of thinking maybe bonsai or garden trees, decorative trees. Anyway, so my next video will be all about that. I'm in the process of making that now, so keep an eye out for that one. But that's it for the complete veg garden remodel, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so thanks a lot for watching. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and any advice for me, obviously leave a comment as well. If you haven't done so and you enjoyed the video, if you could subscribe, that would be great, and don't forget to like the video. So I'll see you next time guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you all have a great week or weekend. See you next time.